In this video, I'm going to show you how I used a Barnwood stamp to create a planked look on top of a previously painted piece of furniture. Painting furniture is how I got my start. It is how I was able to open my first retail location and then eventually a second retail location 4 years later. It is my happy place. It's definitely my therapy and what I do to relieve stress. I started out by just painting the entire top in Snow White, which is a product that is a milk paint by General Finishes. It's one of my favorite whites because it goes on really smooth and it's self-leveling. So even though you can see brush strokes here, it levels out beautifully and you won't see all of those brush strokes when we're done. Next, I used Empire Gray to paint the base of the cabinet. It had already been previously painted in a duck egg blue color, which was really beautiful, but I wanted to do something a little bit different so that I could really draw attention to what I was going to do to the top. So my friend Debbie told me about these new products with Iron Orchid Designs, and she told me about them a few years ago, and I'd kind of been ignoring her, and I just thought, okay, that's great for you, but I have this really simple farmhouse style. I don't like to, decorate my furniture or just embellish it really in any way, and so I just kind of blew it off and said, I'm not really interested in that, thanks. But I kept seeing it more and more and thinking, there's got to be something to this. So in order to prepare the top for the Barnwood plank stamp, I decided to do some dry brushing on top first, just to give it a little extra grain. I'll try to do a tutorial on it soon, but simply put, you're just going to put some paint on your brush and then you're going to wipe off all of the excess on a paper towel and then just literally dry brush the paint onto the surface. So really the only embellishing I had ever done to furniture was in the beginning of my marriage. I had a nightstand that I painted this really nice creamy taupe color, and I took this little stencil, it was about this big, and I hand stenciled ivy leaves all over the top of it, around it. I mean, if you guys, were doing furniture in the 90s, probably even the 80s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I just thought, embellishing furniture just does not seem like something that people are doing now. But nevertheless, I started seeing more and more of it, and it has gained huge tons of popularity. When I got some of the products, I noticed on the back of the Barnwood planks stamp that there was this great just Barnwood look on these doors, and I was like, what? That is right up my alley. And I was just thinking, there is no way that a stamp is going to do that. Like, I don't believe that. So my daughter just said, hey mom, let's try it. Let's try it on that dresser that you've been wanting to repaint, and here we go. So the Barnwood plank stamp comes with several different wood grain patterns. It even comes with some knots and some strips that look like nails that you can use. I also used a brayer to put my paint on, and you can see me just applying the paint to it here, and then I used the cardboard to take some of the paint off. I know that using a brayer to apply paint seems kind of odd, but it worked perfect and allowed me to have more control over how much paint went on the stamp. So once I had the stamp loaded with paint, I just stuck it on the surface, pressed it down really hard, and peeled it up, and there was wood grain. So then I just repeated the steps by reloading my stamp every time and just pressing it back down on the surface continually. So I'm obviously speeding up this next part just so you don't have to watch me stamp every single thing. Actually, this is my daughter doing the stamping. I keep saying me, but I forget to say us, so you get the idea. But we just stamped until the entire top was covered, and we ended up using 3 of the different kinds of the Barnwood plank stamp. And so that was it. We just sealed the piece with wax, and I know that I'm going to be using this stamp a whole lot in the future. So I'll definitely admit that I was wrong on this one. This Barnwood plank stamp is probably one of my new favorite things, and you're gonna see it on lots and lots of stuff in the shop and probably some more videos using it on different things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you want to order any of the products that you've seen in this video, I will link them below, or you can visit us at our store in Fairview, Tennessee, or our second location in Franklin, Tennessee, or online at farmfreshvintagefinds.com.